Ball team.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Washington football team and the New England Patriots.
Jason Sanders set to kick off.
Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and we are underway in Foxborough. Taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. So now here come the Patriots to take over on offense. They'll be led out by the 3rd overall selection back in 2018 from USC. It's Sam Darnold.
I remember talking with a scout about him, and he said, you know, I love the fact that he was a high school basketball player. He does so many things with his legs to keep plays alive. He did the same thing as a basketball player, kind of a point guard, knows where the ball's supposed to go, and knows how to deliver it to the open man.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Brian Burns just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Darnold from the gun. And that will be incomplete.
2 things you can do in that situation: run and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Landry now on the return. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
8 yards on the pickup.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a 2-way go. You can break out or you can break in, and it makes it hard to defend. 2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This one caught by Ridley. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 25-yard line. 15 yards the pickup. 1st down Washington.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. Cook, and he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Touchdown. From 17 yards out. And Washington has taken a 1st quarter lead. Boy, Dalvin Cook just so explosive in the open field. He's not a small guy either, but once he gets those legs churning, look out.
First and foremost, this is all about vision. He can see the play developing right in front of him. And once he's past the line of scrimmage and got a full head of steam behind him, he's just going to keep right on going.
Fielded in the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
So back onto the field come the Pats for their 2nd drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a run with Matt. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39.
And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field.
Boy, not what you want to see in quarter one of the new year. We'll be back.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
So he's seen some good pressure defensively already here in the first quarter. Here's another good example.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Darnold finds his tight end Ingram. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. The Patriot passing game is rolling. They've got another first down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Here's Darnold. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Evan Ingram was the intended target, and it's 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Back to the air, Darnold on 2nd down. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Evan Ingram, 42 yards. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Extra point splits the uprights. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And we are tied at 7. Here's Jarvis Landry now on the return.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2.
They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. They start the drive with Cook. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Looking to throw. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Complete to Calvin Ridley.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Quick burst there, and he nicely bit off, but pretty decent.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. O.J. Howard, 27 yards.
And Washington has taken the lead.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. So that drive, 4 plays. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. New England trying to get a place on offense.
Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
On 2nd down. It's Mack, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
It's 3rd and 10.
Throwing here on third down, Darnold. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Now Landry. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 36-yard line.
On the carry, it's Cook. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
The tackle by Yetur Gross-Matos. It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's
through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score.
the end of the 1st quarter with this Washington 14.
An extra quarter comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down. On play action, they'll throw. And he's got his man. That's Landry. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give them 25 yards. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Calvin Ridley, 36 yards.
And Washington is able to stretch their lead. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 21-7.
Taken in the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Now Cortland Sutton and the rest of the offense getting ready for their next drive. A chance maybe here for them to get him more involved. They're down here on the scoreboard, and he's been very quiet.
And the silence has been deafening for his team. They don't need that at all. They need fireworks. They need explosive plays. They need him touching the football in any way possible. Maybe go to some jet sweeps. Anything to get him going.
Something to get him the ball. We'll see if they can do it. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Check 24.
They'll run here with Mack. And he stopped immediately there. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
On the screen with Mack. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. On that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out comes Calvin Ridley and the offense for their next drive. He's up over 100 yards, has the touchdown. He's a big-time receiver in this league, so the question becomes, how do you limit him going forward?
Well, you know the guys trying to cover him, they haven't had a whole lot of success thus far, and while they will still accept the challenge, maybe you have to change your focus. You have to get after the quarterback a little bit, disrupt his timing, because right now it feels like pitch and catch. Make sure he's not able to have clear sight lines to him, and maybe that'll slow him down.
And this is not the guy you want to let play pitch and catch. Now throwing on 1st down and completing it. 3 yards the gain there, second down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Decided to hit it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady gain.
They run again on first down. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position.
Touchdown, Washington! Dalvin Cook, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further.
And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Fielded in the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Marlon Mack now heading back out there. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. They begin the drive on the ground with Mack. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, second and 2.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
On second down, here's a run with Mack. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. New England on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for this with Mack. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. The Patriots send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball.
So they hit pay dirt, but don't count it yet. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
Brutal, so take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
70 Timberwolves. Dragon 60.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores around the NFL.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington.
Dalvin Cook on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And Washington going to add on to their lead.
Okay, we need to double check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats, but what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice, healthy lead.
Well, after the first drive, we thought things might be clicking. They're really clicking at this point. They're clicking about as much as they can click.
And right
I just said click a lot.
Yes, you did, but that's okay because the guy who's coordinating the defense, trying to slow them down,
Good luck.
he's going to have hair that looks like mine very soon. Not much of it.
Now Cortland Sutton and the rest of the offense getting ready for their next drive. Hasn't had his best day to this point here in the second quarter. They're losing. You got to think, though, that also means that maybe the defense doing a good job on him. There's two sides to that coin.
I would agree, so you have to give them credit, but that means you've got to find a way to beat that defense and make sure one of your top playmakers touches the football and has an impact on the game. Change formations, change where he lines up, put him in motion, anything possible to shake him free.
Maybe that greater impact comes here on this drive.
26 big yards on that one. It's another first down.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over, and then they get a chance to continue their drive.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, Darnold. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
We got 3. We got 3.
2nd down and 10, Darnold. And that is incomplete here.
So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
And he is going to be stopped at the 12, short of the 1st down. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
Now we get another look at Washington on offense.
They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
They run it again with Cook. Cook able to escape. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Warrior 70. Ready, go.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run. And this offense continues to pour it on. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Taken in the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
So here are the Patriots now. They get ready for their first possession of half number 2. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have in their sleeve. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 12 yards there and a first down.
At the 39-yard line.
They'll run it out of the gun with Mack. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
And incomplete.
Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And he comes back with one complete. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot first down.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Here we go. Right here, guys. Mike 51. Mike 51. It's been a long day for you.
A play fake, and it's Darnold. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and put the down marker back to 1.
Darnold completes it. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10.
Three down.
They'll run here with Mack. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7th. Now it looks like we've got a Patriot down, slow to get up. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
Come on, D. Mike 51. Mike 51.
Now Darnold. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Strong coverage by Washington, and now 4th down. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while, but when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That was about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays, and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Intended that time for Cooper, but it'll be 2nd down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
It's a gain of 10. And the Washington first.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. A huge play there for Washington. 41 yards. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 25 yards that time.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus, and indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
Give him 3 on the gain there, 2nd and goal.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A 5-yard touchdown run as his guys continue to pour it on. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was, and when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
Fielded in the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive.
And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas,
yeah,
right?
A little tired, and if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
3 down. 51. We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Darnold. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 16 yards, a 1st down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Here's a 1st down throw that's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time, and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
To the air again, Darnold. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
For Deebo Samuel.
So line of scrimmage still to 39 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Darnold. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
At the 31-yard line.
After the interception, here's Darnold. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Throwing again here on 2nd down, this time complete. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. He's going for first down inside the 10. And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the...
And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Cortland Sutton there to make the grab. And the Pats take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in.
Well, I do have one word for that touchdown for you, partner. You ready?
Yeah.
Cosmetics.
Just makes things look a little better. I don't know. It's like putting lipstick on a pig.
Yeah, and it's hard to do, too. And the pig doesn't like the lipstick a heck of a lot, but you do like the fact that they're battling down the stretch, still trying to put something on the board, even though this game is over.
By the way, how rude is that to the pig? Look at all the things they give us. Pulled pork, bacon. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And this has been quite a performance to kick off the new year on the road, no less, as they try to finish things off here in the 4th quarter. A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. 7 yards, the pickup there. They run the counter with Cook. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
On the crossing route, he hits his man, Amari Cooper. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. Now a play fake here on first down. Flush down right, and that's complete to Jesse James. Oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football. And they'll employ the jumbo set now on 2nd and 1. Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he'll go down at the 28. Over 100 yards receiving for him now in the opener. And it's a first down. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
And he's going to take this down close to the 1st as he's brought down at the Patriots 16. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
Little work still to do, though.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time.
And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now.
A first down throw, Darnold. He completes this one to Mack. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When you go to the backup, let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
They'll run 4th and 4, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us. We're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. New England trying to get a place on offense.
Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
that's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Darnold on 1st down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
By C.J. Henderson.
On 2nd and 10, Darnold. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 12 yards is the pickup there, and the Patriots will get a new set of downs.
Here we go, son.
One last throw down for Darnold. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
63.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Washington,
it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blow.